Tip number 302 from the book 501 Contractor Tips. This would be architects bidding against general contractors. There are certain things contractors are allowed to do and certain things architects are allowed to do. And you should be aware of them in your area. I'm in California, and general contractors are allowed to actually design projects up to a certain height. I want to say up to a 3-story building, but could be a 2-story building. And architects, of course, can design them a little taller. And again, you should familiarize yourself not just with things that people who can bid against you, but you should familiarize yourself with what types of contractors there are out there. And this isn't one of the tips in my book. I'm just going to kind of throw it out there. If you have a siding contractor, so you need a license just to do siding, then you might want to hire a siding contractor to do your siding to reduce your risk of liability. But when it comes to bidding a project, the only story I can remember was one time we did a job where the architect was going to charge 18% for the profit margin. So if the job was going to cost $100,000, the architect would have got $18,000. And then of course they had management fees in there also. So it would have been a little more money than just that. But the general contractor got the job because he charged 15%. And actually the 15%, it's a lot of money when you're doing $1 million jobs. So keep that in mind. And this was a very expensive remodeling project to a home. But the architect lost it. Now, just the fact that you're aware of that might give you certain clues to architects in your area that you might want to avoid doing business with. You might want to avoid sharing any information with them. So architects, check with your state, local, city, whoever provides you with that information. And for me, it would be the Department of Consumer Affairs. I'm guessing it would be the Department of Consumer Affairs because they handle all of the licensing for contractors, architects, and stuff like that. Now, I've never heard of an engineer being allowed to actually act in the role of a general contractor, but I do know engineers who have received their contractor's licenses so that they could bid on jobs also. These might be people you're going to want to be aware of also. Now, when I say be aware of, if you have an engineer and he's acting as a general contractor or an architect, he or she, then you provide them, they say, hey, could you bid this job? You provide them with information. They have it now. So that's what I mean by when I say be careful with these people. Just don't give them now. I understand you're going to have to give them some information if you want the job, but do it with caution.